When we think of the Clone Wars, it's easy to think of the Republic's clone army and the Separatist droid army. However, it wasn't this black and white, and the CIS themselves made attempts to make clones of their own. But what is the story behind the Separatist clone army? Unlike the Republic, who chose to clone the Mandalorian Jango Fett, the CIS decided to use the final remaining member of a Nikto warrior cult. Known as the Morgakai warriors, these were famed for centuries across the galaxy. However, they were also incredibly secretive. They were specially trained to kill Force users and regular soldiers with ease. They didn't really use the ideas of good and evil. They were more obsessed with keeping their sense of honor intact, which is possibly why they found themselves in line with Dooku. Aside from this, not much is really known about them. However, by the time of the Clone Wars, there was only one member remaining, and he was known as Bok. Now, it's unknown why Bok was so okay giving up his genetic makeup to the CIS. It may have something to do with the animosity with the Jedi, after he lost an arm to Aayla Secura on Ryloth years prior. On the world of Seleucami, deep below the capital city's magma chambers, the secret cloning facilities were created. They also doubled as training grounds, where they were trained not only by Bok in the cult's traditional methods, but also by Anzati assassins. These clones were equipped with traditional Korotis alloy blades, which could be used to block even a Jedi's lightsaber. The Republic was hasty to try to shut this cloning facility down. After all, droid factories were one thing, but super soldier cultists were another. However, this was a lot harder than they thought. Protected by a shield generator, the capital city was a fortress with artillery and legions of battle droids. The Republic opted to send numerous Jedi including Aayla Secura, Quinlan Vos, and Karuk alongside many clone armies. However, every time they attempted to advance on CIS positions, the lethal Morgakai warriors would push them back. This resulted in the deaths of several Jedi and countless clones. For this reason, the Republic was forced to subvert to old-fashioned trench warfare and dig in positions surrounded by artillery. However, eventually the Jedi did manage to push through, and Aayla Secura began fighting Bok one-on-one, even though she believed him to be dead years earlier. Aayla taunted Bok by telling him that he was dishonoring his father's ghost by losing to the small Twi'lek woman, whom was only a third of his size. Eventually, in a fistfight, Aayla managed to kick the Nikto into a laser gate, where he died. Now, thankfully for the Republic, the CIS's cloning facilities were completely destroyed, and by the end of the war, the last remaining Separatist forces, or Morgakai, were being cleaned up by Jedi General Stas Ali and Commander Neo. This was before Order 66 occurred, where she was butchered on her speeder. Ultimately, the Separatists' attempt at a clone army failed. However, I think that the story behind it's very interesting. I personally believe that the CIS chose to start using clones and wanted to experiment because at this point during the war, their tactic of overwhelming amounts of droids wasn't really working out, and they may have been looking at a way to supply themselves with a new, far superior form of soldier, before it was cut short by the Republic, of course. But what do you think of the Separatist attempt at a clone army, and do you think it's possible that some of them escaped, and that some members of this ancient cult still survived after the Clone Wars? And do you think that the CIS should have tried again? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Thanks for watching, please remember to like, share and sub, as it's really appreciated and it helps the channel grow. Also, don't forget to follow me on Twitter @TheLoreGuy and tick the bell for regular updates. But most importantly, thanks again for watching, I really do hope that you enjoyed and learned something new, and I'll see you next time.